Hi everyone, my name is Namita. Welcome to my channel, and on this channel we talk about various life skill topic to have a growth oriented approach so that we can become skillful, confident and fluent in our entire life. And today we are going to talk about addictions that are not talked about much. When I say addiction, I believe that the first thing that comes to your mind is drug addiction, NCB, arresting Aryan Khan, because drugs are common and everybody knows about drug addiction. And probably you would think about alcohol addiction, or you would think about smoking, this kind of addiction. But there are more addictions to that, but they are not talked about much. We don't talk about them, but it doesn't mean that these addictions are not real. Of course they are real. Okay, so before I begin to talk about those addictions, I would like to ask you, what is the meaning of addiction for you? What comes to your mind when I say addiction? Well, if I have to tell you, I would say that it means not having control over doing, taking or using something, consuming something to the point where it could be harmful to you. You are consuming something excessively and it has started to leave a negative impact on you. That is an addiction. So it is not that we are used to so many things in our routine that everything is an addiction. No, but some things start leaving a negative impact. So we have to identify which one is a good habit and which one is an addiction. So we are talking about the addictions today, which are somewhere related to the technology. We are living in an era where we are exposed to a lot of technology. Everything is virtual these days. We have everything readily available, which was not there 20-25 years back. It is a very recent development, and that is why these addictions have come to light. We are living in this state of excessive consumption, and we are doing it for a temporary pleasure, a pleasure which lasts for very less time, but we are completely involved into these mindless activities. And I would straight away say that this is all because of the technology, because of the virtual world which is created around us. We are getting away from the real side of life. If you agree with me, then leave me a comment in the comment section below and let me know, are you in sync with my opinion when I'm talking about technology and this virtual world? This whole mindless activity and this whole thing is actually bombarding our mind and our nervous system, that it is way too much for our mind or our brain to consume. A lot of information, a lot of content is available to be consumed, and we are just bombarded with it. If you are someone who feels that you cannot sleep well, you're not having a sound sleep, and I believe many of us are experiencing this lack of sleep. This is a problem. Lack of focus. We are not motivated enough. We have lost motivation to do things, to try something new, to work for our success, to work to achieve our dreams. We are struggling to be in the present. We are either caught up in the past or we are worried about the future. The present moment has lost its charm. If you are also feeling that you are facing these kind of issues, or you're experiencing a lot of stress, you're experiencing depression, mental health issues, so there has to be something which is really alarming, because as humans we are not created to be exposed to this amount of stimulation that is happening these days. A lot of content, virtual content is available. We were created to be active. How are we different from animals? We are different because we have a mind, we have a brain which can think, which can perform imaginary things for us. So we need to have a creative outlet. We are not made to just consume the whole time. Something being played in front of our eyes, and our mind is always into that consumption mode. We are meant to have human connections, the real connections, which have just become virtual these days. So there are certain things which we need to think about. The first addiction which I'm talking about here is phone addiction. And I believe you would all agree that yes, we are addicted to our phones. Each one of us is addicted to the phone because this phone has so much to offer. We watch a lot of content on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. People are watching movies also. They have taken subscriptions for Netflix and other OTT platforms. They're watching the entire movie. Then we have to do the shopping over our phone only. We shop online. Everything is available. These days we are attending classes online. So this whole online world is keeping us glued to this phone. We lose track of time whenever we are watching videos, or suppose forget about longer format videos, when we are watching reels, the 30-second 1 minute reel, we are just scrolling through it. Scrolling is an addiction. We are just scrolling the entire day. We are scrolling from one reel to another, one short video to another, and this 30 seconds turn into 3 hours. We don't realize we have not done anything productive. We were just watching some mindless, useless content which is not even adding value into our life. So what's the point doing all these things? People don't realize that this is causing them a lot of mental dysfunctioning, which is leading to stress and depression, which is leading to a lot of serious issues. So phone addiction is something very common and no one talks about it. It is not a good thing. Being addicted to your phone is not a good thing. Keeping it on your bedside or just watching something late in the night is not good for us, is not good for our physical, mental and even emotional well-being. We are struggling with it without realizing, because right now we are not mindful about our activities. The second addiction is junk food addiction, the processed food addiction. I remember in my childhood, we would go to the various relatives' places, to our parents' friends' places, and everybody would cook food at their home. Whenever someone would come, people would cook food, and every home had its own taste. Do you remember that? Like, everybody has their own method of preparation, their own style of making, even if it's the same sabzi, even if it's the same dal chawal, whatever. People had their own method of cooking, and you could actually recall that this auntie cooks like that, the chachi cooks like that, bua cooks like that, masi cooks like that. Everybody has their own way of cooking. But now you go to someone's place, everybody is willing to order. Let's order pizza. Our tongues are so used to pizza. We know it's unhealthy. Our tongues are used to a McDonald's burger. We know it's unhealthy. People who eat non-veg are addicted to KFC. So it is something common for everybody. We have lost that taste of our own hands. The home cooked food has lost its value because of the junk and because of the whole processed food culture. Because people are lazy. Who will put an effort to go into the kitchen and cook something for himself or herself? Suppose you're alone. What people prefer is opening up a chips ka packet and having a Pepsi or cola, whatever drink you want, glass full. Now I have filled my belly with a very unhealthy drink and a very unhealthy packet, and that's it. No one has the energy to go to the kitchen, forget about cooking, chop themselves a fruit. You can chop yourself an apple. You can chop for yourself any other fruit, whichever is available in your kitchen, a papaya, pomegranate, nothing. It is so easy to open up a packet and fill your stomach. How unhealthy it is. We are used to the tastes of pasta, pizza, burgers, all the junk that is available. That's a very bad addiction. Just because we are being very lazy, technology has taken over our physical activities. It is asking us to just sit down, don't do anything. You be a couch potato. Couch potato means just sticking to your couch, having a sedentary lifestyle. The jobs are already such that you have to sit in front of your computer screens or laptops. But apart from that, you are not moving your bodies. You're not even performing your everyday chores because everything is dependent on technology. We have left it to the technology. The food delivery apps or the grocery delivery apps will deliver everything in 10 minutes. Our mind doesn't need to remember anything, keep a list or record of the things which we are falling short of in our kitchen. It is so addictive that the junk food addiction is bad. Look at the people, the kind of diseases they are having, the people who are admitted in hospitals. I don't want to name those diseases, but you already know. It is because of the poor eating culture. You cannot blame anything else. It's what you're putting inside your body is creating something negative. That it is as simple as that. But it's so difficult to break addictions because we have become lazy. Sometimes it's important to realize that we are being way too lazy. If you will realize, only then you will start working on yourself. So it's very important. That's why I'm bringing into the light, because no one has noticed these kind of addictions. The third addiction, and I've had an entire video on it, is porn addiction. Now, I would not say that people were not watching nude content and they were not watching those kind of films earlier, but it was not available like that. They would have to probably rent a video cassette or CDs later on. But now everything is available for free. You don't have to go out and buy a cassette or a CD or a magazine also. Everything is available online on the internet. It is circulated for free. Porn is for free. People would say, what's wrong in it? I have heard answers like, so what? What's wrong in it? At least I'm not going out and raping females. Men have a lot of excuses. Here I am a little gender biased. I'm saying that men are more addicted because women are emotionally constructed in such a way that to have a physical connect with someone, they need to have an emotional bonding first. They cannot just watch porn and get rid of their desires. It's not the same for women. I'm not saying that women are not addicted to it, but it is more specific to the men. The males are more addicted to porn because of their physical construction. It is in such a way. So it is causing a lot of rift between the relationships. It is not just that only single boys or the men who are not having a partner are into it. Married men are into it too. The wife is waiting inside the bedroom and the husband is in the bathroom watching porn and masturbating and just getting rid of all that build up desires in himself. He's just satisfying himself, and the wife knows what is happening, but she cannot say anything because the marriage has to be continued. But can you imagine the amount of tension which is being created between this couple? You have no idea. Why am I talking about everything is because people don't realize that it's an addiction. If it is troubling your partner, if it is causing a great tension between the two people, then it is an addiction. Then it is a negative habit. Have some mindful approach towards it. At least start noticing what is going on wrong. Porn addiction is really the worst addiction because people have forgotten to have real human connect, real physical connect. They don't need it. They are having the entire climax is happening only by watching porn. So they don't need another human being. And then we say that we feel lonely, we are under stress, people are committing suicides just because we have forgotten the human touch, we have forgotten the human contact. We feel that this phone or this whole virtual world is enough. But we don't know how empty we are feeling from inside because of our wrong addictions. We as humans need to connect with other humans to feel fulfilled, to satisfy ourselves physically, mentally, emotionally. This is how we are made. God created us all like that, but we are forgetting it. We are so fond of this whole virtual thing that we believe this is sufficient for us. We don't need anyone else. But then if we don't need anyone else, why are we feeling depressed? Why are people having panic attacks? Why are people so stressed out these days? It is only because we are not valuing the connect which is required. We are depending on this virtual world. We are depending on this technology. Another addiction which is very harmful is gambling addiction, and again no one is talking about it. People are addicted to gambling these days, and these platforms, look at the advertisements while cricket matches, the ads being played, they glorify it. They tell you to download these apps and start gambling. It was there, it was prevalent even a few years back. Men would sit in a park. I have seen older men sitting and playing cards. It was a kind of gamble. It was happening back then, but the way it is happening right now and the amount of gambling is happening right now is alarming. I have seen people getting broke, people getting bankrupt just because one of the members of the family is addicted to gambling. It is so easily available. You just need to download an app and your entire bank account gets empty. You just keep putting in money thinking that this time I will win. There are these maids who work in home, the house help. These women complain a lot about this, that their men are addicted to alcohol or their men are addicted to gambling. They are the ones who are earning and the man is just taking money away from them. I've heard it right from my childhood, women complaining about these things. So I knew this existed, but something which is happening in urban areas, something like this is happening with women who are already financially independent. It is happening to them. Men are robbing them of their salaries. They are asking them to give them money just to play their whole gamble thing. The wife is sleeping and the husband is coming over and secretly spending money from her bank account, taking loan on her name, and every time he has an excuse and he would say that, so what, I will win the next time. So what if I have lost some money now? I will get whole money back. I'll make you rich. I'll give you all the comforts. Every time this excuse is happening and people are under so much of debt, this gamble has made people's life miserable. If you are one of them, if you have a partner who is addicted to either porn, gambling, or any other thing, then talk about it. Start talking about it, because the person who is an addict would have 100 reasons. The person would give you a lot of reasons that this is not an addiction and it's absolutely all right to do it. You have to be aware that this is an addiction and this is the time you have to talk about it and you have to find solutions to it. Another addiction is the addiction to these OTT platform, Netflix addiction, Prime Video, Hotstar, all these platforms which are releasing series. People are addicted to it. Earlier, if the movie was more than 2.5 hours long, people would say, oh, it's a long movie, who will sit for that long? Now people are sitting for 10 hours at a stretch to watch one series because the episodes have been uploaded. Who has the patience to wait for the next day? Can you tell yourself that if you're watching a series, you will finish this one episode today and the next one you will continue the next day? No, you would not say that. You would want to watch the entire series in one night. How harmful it is. You're not sleeping for the entire night, and the next morning you have to go to office because you cannot wait. We have lost patience. We have become so impatient that we are just sitting and letting this mind get sedated into a different mode and watching something. And in the end, what are you getting? We are not even thinking about the result of it. Are you watching something which is making you a better person? You're watching series where antagonist, where villain, where a villain is being portrayed or glorified as a hero, and you're watching all the negative things. He's murdering everyone and he's still a hero. He's taking people's lives off and he's doing all the wrong things, still is a hero. This whole OTT culture, this whole Netflix is an addiction, and the cost that you're paying is the peace of your mind, your relationships, your sanity. Nothing is for free. Neither Netflix is for free, not porn, not even gambling. Nothing is for free. The cost is your own sanity, your own mental health. We need to be aware about these things. The last addiction is the gaming addiction. Many children are having it these days. Children, young people, even the older ones are playing it. I know a few names like Minecraft is a very common game these days. PUBG, people were playing it. Then there was this Blue Whale challenge which came. How harmful was it? So yes, people are addicted to a lot of things, lot of games, and we are just playing mindlessly. Earlier the culture was that children would go out and play in park. They will have real friends. Now they don't need anyone. They just need a phone and this downloaded app, the gaming app, and they would just play. Then we feel lonely. Then these children again are depressed. This is so sad. The condition is so sad. We believe that we are technologically becoming advanced and we don't know that mentally we are becoming inferior. We are not getting anywhere. We are losing our strength. We are becoming weak every day, because if you're addicted to something means you're weak, you're not strong. How to break these addictions? By being strong. First of all, you have to identify your weakness. You have to tell yourself that there is a problem. Yes, there is an addiction, be it porn, be it gamble, be it a game, be it your junk food addiction, be it you are addicted to phone. Identify that there is a problem, because first of all you have to believe. Otherwise we are always staying in a denial mode. No, there is no problem, everything is all right. No, I'm not addicted. Tell yourself you are addicted, there is a problem. Then only you will start looking for solutions. First, if you have identified, then the next thing which you need to do is practice moderation. Moderation means that you will neither overdo anything nor underdo. So like it's like having a balance between the things. We cannot survive without this technology these days. I am uploading a video just because of a technology, but am I using it in moderation is what matters. It is very important that you watch something and put an alarm that okay, it has been 1 hour, I don't want to do more of it. Or if you notice that you are overplaying a game, then you have to put a full stop to it. Gambling is a wrong thing, I should not do it. Practice moderation. And then one thing which everybody should do is you have to find gratitude. Find things which you are thankful for, because when we are addicted to something, it means that we lack something very bad in our life, which we are trying to substitute with this addiction, either with porn, either with gamble, anything. You have to find things which you are grateful for, things which you are thankful for, things which you believe are there in your life which make your life better. Practice gratitude, and I keep talking about gratitude all the time. You can write a few things which are really good about you, which are really good about your life. Gratitude will show you some direction. Then you have to start distracting yourself, because if you won't distract, then you would always get into the same pattern, same addiction, same habit again. Distraction is very important. Whenever you feel that again you're getting attracted to the same thing, distract. Either involve yourself into an activity which you were involved in childhood, something which you loved to do. Were you someone who would play with colors, painting, just like that, anything, sketching, singing, writing poetry, or not watching movies? This is not a activity. I'm talking about something creative. I'm talking about a creative outlet. So look for a creative outlet for yourself. Then you will be able to distract yourself completely. And then try to stay away from people who encourage you to do these things. If your friends are such who ask you to get involved into gambling because they boast about their winning a lot of money in this lottery or in this game, tell them that you are not going to fall in this trap anymore. Stay away from them. Avoid meeting them, because when you have this kind of circle, it is natural for people to fall into the same trap again. Try to avoid those people. That's the least that you can do for yourself. And you have to start exercising regularly. Have a physical fitness routine. If you're physically fit, you'll be mentally much more stronger. So having a physical activity as simple as going for a walk every day, or just doing a bit of lighter yoga, some bit of meditation, breathing exercises is enough. If you cannot do a lot of strenuous workout, I don't promote the gym culture. Involve yourself more in yoga or walking, brisk walking, jogging, whatever you can do would be very helpful to keep yourself distracted, and you'll feel more strong physically, mentally. You'll feel much more stronger than before, and then you'll be able to fight all your addictions. Apart from that, one thing you have to do is practicing mindfulness. If your mind is alert all the time, if you're mindful about each activity that you're doing, if you're mindful about what you're eating, what you're watching, how much porn you're consuming, how much money you're putting in a gambling app, you will be able to take charge of everything, of all the situations, of all the addictions. So you just need to be mindful about it. Be mindful. Whenever we are mindful, mindful means your mind is active. When we are watching something, we are watching a series, we are watching a video, we are watching reels, we sit mindlessly. We are just couch potatoes. We are just watching something, the content is being played and we are sitting mindlessly. Be mindful. Give power to yourself, give power to your mind. Empower yourself. And the last thing, if you feel that your addiction has gone to a certain level where it cannot be worked by you yourself, then seek therapy. There are therapists who are there to help you, and you can even talk to someone you can confide into, a close friend, a family member who you believe can help you. But I don't know how many people can be trusted these days. People are there to make fun of you, to pull you down. If you have a trustworthy friend and nothing like it, talk to them and tell them to help you come out of your addictions. So these are I would say these are the things which need to be talked about, and very few people talk about it. It has to be talked about. These are addictions too, very harmful ones. They are ruining families, they are ruining people's financial status, mental health. The relationships are at stake. The children are not having the kind of development they needed. This whole virtual world has created an unreal image of everything that we are forgetting the real world. Let's get back to the real world. Let's get in touch with our own selves so that we can create a beautiful future for ourselves. So that is the reason I thought I should talk about it. If you feel that you can help someone, or if you feel you can help yourself come out of any of the addiction, then more power to you. This video is just to empower you that you can do it too. You can come out of your addictions. It's a very small thing. You can do it if you accept that this is an addiction and it needs to be worked on. Then it can be worked on. So keep working on yourself, keep working on your growth, keep working on your betterment, and keep loving yourself unconditionally. I will see you in my next video. Till then, take care of yourself. Bye bye for now.